Hey guys, Muff from Game back today, bringing you another video for our weapon blueprint series. And today we're going to be covering the Guard 1 blueprint for the Renetti pistol, available in Season 3 of the battle stream at Tier 85 is where you unlock this. And this is also, we'll be covering how this is heavily inspired by Albert Wesker's two-tone Samurai's Edge pistol from the Resident Evil series. Let's go ahead, jump right on it, show you where you need to unlock this, as well as get into some gameplay showing off the weapon and how it handles. So if we back out, we see the final design here. And again, this is going to be available at tier, let's go back to the battle stream, tier 85 of the battle stream here for season 3. So only 15 away from the end. Again, I unlocked this pretty quick just by playing Warzone. So the Guard 1 blueprint, you have 24 days and 16 hours left to unlock this to get there to tier 85. Best way is to play Warzone in my opinion. There'll definitely be double time 2-tier boost weekends coming up in the future as well. So definitely want to take advantage of those to get through the battle stream a little bit quicker. So let's go ahead and back out. We'll go over to my custom game here. We have this pre-built, and we'll go ahead and check it out and see how it relates to the Samurai's Edge from Resident Evil series. So here we have the setup. So here we have the actual pistol itself for the Guard 1 blueprint as it comes in-game unlocked at tier 85. So again, here is the final design for the Guard 1 blueprint. Again, this is heavily inspired, almost an exact replica of the Samurai's Edge from Resident Evil. So what I'll do is strip this down. We'll check out what this looks like if we build it for the Samurai's Edge specifically, and then how the blueprint itself just handles with the right attachments as well as in-game. So if we were to build the Samurai's Edge, we'll probably do maybe another video more in-depth on this, but we'll do the Guard 1 barrel attachment here to turn it more so into the two-tone pistol for the Samurai's Edge from Resident Evil series. Another key attachment here would be the rear grip. You're going to want the Guard 1 attachment for the XRK Pro grip. So this is going to assist with the recoil control as well as the aiming stability being the con for that. And you can see if I just swap out to the base versus the Guard 1, how that changes it into the same pistol grip, essentially exactly the same, just minus a different symbol there for the Samurai's Edge pistol from the Resident Evil series. So go ahead and select that. And again, we want that Mark III burst mod on here. This is specifically for basically turning into the Beretta 93R or the Raffica. But again, this is the only one that gives us that two-tone look right now, and this comes with the blueprint itself for the Guard 1. So this is going to turn it into a 3-round burst, which I don't believe there was an option for that in Resident Evil. You guys correct me if I'm wrong there. But again, this is going to give it the visual customization or the changes to turn it into the Samurai's Edge from Resident Evil. So again, we'll select that. This is the pros and cons are going to be the fire rate as well as a 3-round burst for this weapon. You do not have the ability to toggle to a select fire to a single fire with this barrel attachment on the weapon. The cons here being the recoil control is that since you're firing 3 shots rapidly, the recoil is going to be a little bit harder to control. But again, the burst and the spread of the bullets is not too bad. So you can easily control that as you'll see in the game. So again, this is basically the Samurai's Edge right here. You can obviously mix and match and put some attachments on there. At base in the game, I think for Resident Evil, it was a 15-round pistol. And I'm not quite sure. I believe this might be a 15-round in the game here with the Beretta 93A3 is essentially what this is based off of in real life at the base for the Raffica or the Renetti. So now if we just build up for the actual blueprint for the Guard 1, we'll go ahead for the muzzle. We're going to want the Desperado Pro compensator. So this is going to assist with the recoil control since we have that 3-round burst on the weapon. This is going to help us control that recoil a little bit more, mitigate it a bit. The cons here being the ADS speed as well as the aiming stability. So again, now that we have this Smith, you can see the default versus the Guard 1. So we have some changes there. It turns it more black and we get rid of the symbols on the end of the compensator. So go ahead and select that. Now for the optic and stock, we skip out on all those as well as the perk. The ammunition, we're going to want the 27-round magazine on this weapon. This is going to assist with the magazine ammo capacity, turning it from 15 to 27 rounds, and the cons being the ADS speed as well as the movement speed. Since we're carrying more ammunition on the weapon, is going to be a little slower to ADS with this. So again, the default versus the Guard 1, you can see just the two-tone selection here going from the base Renetti colored panel to the Guard 1 all black. So go ahead and select that. Trigger action, we're going to go ahead and want the lightweight trigger. And again, this is going to assist with the fire rate so we can shoot the bullets faster, especially with that 3-round burst. The only con here being the aiming stability. So again, you can see default versus Guard 1, just a little bit darker of a trigger on the pistol. No major cosmetic changes to that. But there is our final design for the Guard 1 blueprint for the Renetti pistol, turning it into essentially the Beretta 93R, the Raffica, but also very heavily inspired by the Samurai's Edge from the Resident Evil series. So if I back out really quick, what we'll do is we'll go to another class, and I want to build this one from base using the base Renetti, and you can see how that compares. So we'll go ahead with the Desperado. The barrel we'll throw on the same one. We're going to use all base attachments, no blueprint cosmetic changes to this. So then with the grip, we're going to want the XRK Pro. Ammunition will go with the 27 round and the trigger. So there you can see the exact same pistol, just not the blueprint. This is building it from base with the exact same attachments on the weapon. So you can see the differences there. And now if I were to back out and we'll just swap up and down for the classes, you can see how they compare. Major cosmetic changes with this blueprint, which I really like. I honestly really do prefer the Guard 1 blueprint over the base Renetti. So there you can see it on the table. So I swap up and down. There's our base Renetti with the same attachments as the Guard 1. And there's our Guard 1, essentially the Samurai's Edge from Resident Evil series. So there we go. Major cosmetic changes there. And again, the Guard 1, definitely I prefer this. Much more aesthetically pleasing overall. I love the compensator on the end of this thing. Very pretty looking weapon overall. I really like the way this thing handles. Now, I personally, you'll see in game, I have a little bit of trouble for some reason getting shots on target with this. So I personally would run some sort of optic. Probably just something simple like a Solo Zero or even a GI Mini Reflex on this pistol, just to give you a little bit easier time aiming. For some reason, I just find it hard with the burst to see where my bullets are going to be going and just get on target faster. So with a red dot, it would definitely help stay on target and get on target a little bit quicker in a lot of these engagements. But again, I'm using it at base as the blueprint is here for the Guard 1. And we'll get into the gameplay here, and you'll see me with the testing out the recoil pattern on the weapon. So just with that 3-round burst, if you dump that magazine as fast as you can, you still have a really tight cluster due to the different attachments we have on the weapon to help mitigate all the recoil and the bullet spread of the weapon. But however, you'll see me testing a little bit here just with firing one burst at a time to try and see where those 3 bullets are going. And it's a little bit unpredictable. Sometimes they're straight vertical. Other times you get a triangle pattern with that burst. Other times you get 2 that are vertical and 1 that's off to the left or the right. So you're typically, unless you're very close, probably not going to hit all 3 shots. It really depends. But that's, again, where I think a red dot would assist in keeping your shots on target much better and just being able to aim mainly at the body. You probably want to hit torso shots with this unless you're really close to hit headshots. Again, you don't have the ability to select fire to single fire, unfortunately, so you really have to pick your shots. Definitely at range. You'll see me in a couple of engagements at range with the pistol here in the gameplay when we jump into that the damage is just not going to be there because you're definitely not hitting all 3 shots with the burst. So again, very similar to something like the assault rifles for the FAMAS. Again, that weapon at base, you're not going to hit all 3 shots with that 3-round burst. You're typically going to get 1 out of the 3, but this is a little bit more forgiving. Due to the attachments on this pistol, we have a little bit tighter of a spread with the bullets, so you're able to get shots on target. Typically, it seems to be about a 2-burst kill to kill the enemies. As you'll see here, we jump into the gameplay. Again, I'm just using this in a custom game here against bots on Crash, trying to run with this pistol to basically run and gun and get right up and close to the enemy, and you'll see me use this at a couple different ranges. Specifically, I'm trying to get up close and personal, then you'll have a couple longer range engagements where you can see it's going to take almost the whole magazine based on the distance that the enemy is from you. Basically, I'm trying to do a couple cross map engagements there, and you'll see the enemy almost kills me or does kill me a lot of times, and I'll dump a whole mag in their direction and barely get the kill if I'm lucky. So definitely some inaccuracies at longer ranges. This is definitely not a long-range pistol with these attachments. If you wanted more longer range, you would want to put some different attachments on this with the burst mod, or even take that off and just select fire to single in order to keep your shots on target a little bit better. But let me know what you guys think of this Guard 1 blueprint. Again, this is essentially the Samurai's Edge, which is Albert Wesker's gun from Resident Evil series, the 2-tone pistol that he specifically used. Very, very similar. Essentially the same exact thing, just minus we have some cosmetic changes, this being that we are adding the 27-round magazine, as well as I don't believe in Resident Evil it was a 3-round burst pistol. I think it was only select fire to single, but I haven't played Resident Evil in a really long time, so I'm sure some of you guys can correct me there if I'm wrong, if it did have a burst modification on any of the ones that you would pick up or not. But let me know what you guys think of this. Again, this is available at tier 85 in the Battle Pass for Season 3. Pretty easy to unlock. Again, just playing a lot of Warzone and doing some multiplayer here and there on the double tier weekends for the Battle Pass, as well as the 2x XP for multiplayer, as well as weapons. and you're able to get up there pretty quick, especially if you're able to unlock this and you don't have the attachments on the base Renetti, which in multiplayer I don't have anything really unlocked for the Renetti, but now that I have this specific blueprint for the weapon, you have a really good pistol right here to take advantage and unlock all the different attachments if you wanted to even get up to a Kimbo with the Renetti pistol in multiplayer or even in Warzone. Just by using this, you have a really good weapon here with a good attachment. So definitely jump in and use this in multiplayer if you get it, and you'll unlock. You can put some perks on like Mo Money once you unlock that, and you should be able to level this up really quick to the point where you can put a Kimbo on the weapon. So let me know what you guys think of this Guard 1 blueprint. Again, almost an exact replica of the Samurai's Edge. I would have shown the comparison on screen already by now before we jumped into the gameplay, but basically the exact replica. The only changes cosmetically are essentially the logo on the pistol grip itself, as well as some logos that are missing from the barrel itself. But again, those are really the only cosmetic changes that I see to this weapon. Let me know down below what you guys think of the Renetti pistol for the Guard 1 blueprint or the Samurai's Edge. And until next time, Buffering Gaming, out.
Precision airstrike available. On your mark.
Copy. Jaguar 3-0 en route for personal radar coverage.